Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another video. This morning it's another shave and it's going to be a 100-year-old shave. And the reason why I say that is because amongst all my late father's shaving gear, I found this. This is a Gillette Old Type open comb safety razor, and very reminiscent of the Gillette Tech design. Now I found this and it came in this old case here, and this case is probably a little worse for the wear. I don't know how I'm going to restore that, but I am going to hang on to that. And it also came with a container with some blades. You know, this slips right off like that. And there were some used blades. There's one unwrapped Gillette thin blade there. I'm not going to use those, but that's something else that I found in my late father's shaving gear. Anyhow, I took pictures of this and I posted it to Badger and Blade, and the guys up there looked over the photos and they said that this razor most likely dates back to 1920, 1921, that sort of thing. That makes sense. My father was born in 1922 and he was the youngest of 4 children, so this probably belonged to his father. If it didn't belong to his father, it probably belonged to my mother's father. Maybe my father bought this secondhand. Maybe he bought it new. It was in stock. I don't know. All I know is it was in his shaving gear. It's a Gillette Old Type, and it's almost 100 years old, depending on when you're viewing this. If you're viewing this in 2018, it's 98 years old. If it's you're viewing this in 2020, then it's 100 years old. So I'm calling it a 100-year-old shave, and we're going to shave with this. And the unique thing about this, of course, is the open comb design, and it's in nearly mint shape. That's what's so wonderful and unique about it, because a lot of these razors, the handles, when you find these in antique stores or yard sales, there'll be a thin crack that goes through the handle here. And you can see mine does not have any splits or cracks in it at all, which is really very, very nice. The only thing that is cosmetically wrong with it is I have one tooth right here. It's on the end here. You can probably see that. That is just bent inward just a little bit. But because it's parallel with the comb, you can see that it's parallel with the comb there. It's parallel. I can still shave with it, and it's not that big of a bend that is that detrimental. If the bend were up and down, you know, down or up, then I'd probably have to do something else. But as the guys recommended, and you can see right here, you can hardly tell that it's bent on first glance, which is, like I say, this is near mint. Many of the gentlemen that looked at this on Badger and Blade said, boy, it's a nice shape. It probably dates from 1920, 21, 22, somewhere in there. And you're lucky because the handle isn't cracked or split. And don't mess with that tooth. Try to straighten it out. Possibility of possibly breaking it off. You don't want to do that. And don't replace, don't rechrome, don't do any of that. Just use it. It's still in good shape. And sure enough, I cleaned it up and it's in really, really nice shape. Now, I've shaved with it once. That was probably about a year ago. So I can't really remember if it was mild, if it was aggressive. I do remember it was a really, really good shave. So we're going to shave with it again. And this morning we're going to use Tabak. I have some water on top of the soap, just warming it up, softening it up a little bit. I'm also going to use my Vikings Blade White Knight synthetic brush because that really builds a lot of lather. I like that. I'm going to finish up with some Panade and also with some Avon Wild Country aftershave balm. So let me get some of this other stuff out of the way, and we're going to get to the shave. Before I do that, I just did want to show you that this is the old type right here. And of course, this is a Gillette Tech. And you can see how similar they are, the head design and that sort of thing. Let me show you this way here like this. You can see that it's very, very much like the Gillette Tech. And of course, I believe the Gillette Tech came after these Gillette Old Types. This goes from the 1920s. I believe these are the 1940s, 50s, and onward. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me, comment below. Let me know if you actually know a little more of the history of this than I do. Would love to hear those comments. All right, so let's get to the shave. I had a really nice shower this morning. I'm going to move my brush out of the way here. I'm going to wet my face. Let's get to it. I set the brush back in there. Here's my tabak. I'm going to just move some of that water off there now that the top of the soap is nice and soft. I'm going to just wring my brush a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go probably about 15 seconds here in loading the brush and then building the lather on my face. This is all I'm going to need. These synthetic brushes are terrific. They become my go-to brush, the brush I've used. They're terrific. They're wonderful. And this one really is just like, feels very much like their Badger brush, which is really nice. And you can see immediately it just explodes in lather. It's nice and soft. It still has enough backbone so you can get a little bit of exfoliating action to actually lift the whisker. Really, really nice. Paint it on now. Nice soft tips for that. Very, very nice. It's so nice. Feels so soft when you paint it on like this. But when you go to actually build a lather, it has a little bit of backbone. It has a little bit, just a little bit of a spike to really lift that whisker, which is really nice. I like that. Some synthetic brushes don't have that quality. This one does. I really do like it. And look how much lather it's built. And especially when you use a synthetic brush, whether you use this one or another one, they're great when you use shave sticks. It just generates so much lather that when you do that first lather, you have more than enough in the brush for a second and third pass and some touch-up. It's really amazing. It really is. It generates a lot of lather, whereas I found with the Badger brush, you have to reapply the shave stick to your face. With a boar brush, you have to reapply the shave stick maybe once. With a Badger, you got to reapply almost for every pass. With a boar brush, maybe one reapplication, but with a synthetic, you don't have to reapply that shave stick. It just generates so much lather. So we've got a really good protective coat of lather here. I've got my Gillette Old Type. Got a loaded blade. Forgot to mention the blade. The blade we're going to use is the Gillette 7 o'clock right there. So we're going to use that. So that's okay. We can let this sit on my skin and moisturize it a little bit because there's some really good moisturizers in tabak. And we'll get that in there. All right. Now, the thing with these older razors, I'm going to be really careful. I've got a towel set right here, so in case I drop it onto the towel, not onto the counter. The thing with these older razors is you do not want to tighten these down so much to risk splitting this handle. Like I say, there are no splits, no cracks on this handle, which is terrific good news. So what you want to do is you just want to tighten this up, and you just want to give it a little snug. You don't want to crank it down. You do not want to do that. And I'm really lucky, really very lucky, because there have been some times, I think I even did it here on camera, where I might have gone the wrong way, in wanting to open it up. And really, you have to be really careful. So I'm glad that it wasn't snugged up all the way when I did that. So you have to be really aware, really really cautious. If you come across one of these with no splits and no cracks, be real careful about reattaching the handle after loading a blade. Okay, we are all set. So let's warm this up a little bit. I don't have to warm it up a lot because it's been out there in my hand. Should be good. A little warm water. We are ready to go. All right, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Wow, that is really nice. And you can see already, I'm getting that classic sweep. It just takes away the whisker of the lather. Really, really nice. That open comb just guides the whiskers through right to the blade. I don't know if you can hear that. I get a lot of audio feedback there from it. I don't know what that was. A little snag there. I have no idea what that was. Oh, I know what that was. A little snag there. I think that might have been a hair that came off the brush. I don't lose many hairs from that brush. No problem there at all. That's fine. Something there. I don't think it was a hair. It might have been a little bit of, might have been from the shower. I'm not sure. Huh. It's okay though. No, I don't see any. No, I don't think it was I do not think it was a hair from the brush. I think it was, I don't know what it was. It was really weird. It's like a little snag, but I don't know what it was. I just don't know. Okay, but the first pass was good. Regardless of that little bit of a jump there, I don't know what that was. Okay, we're gonna rinse. Well, a nice first pass. Really, really nice. Knocked it down well. Again, really nice. We're gonna go with the pass number 2 here. Lather up again. And again, I don't have to go into the bowl to generate more, to load the brush with more soap. There's plenty here on the brush already. Just wonderful the way these synthetics lather. It's just amazing. Great water retention, build a great lather. Softness in the backbone is there. Really, really nice. All right, let's go with pass number 2. And we're going to go east to west across the grain. Very nice. The handle is probably, I guess you could say that this is a short handle. Let me get my some Merkur HD 34C. You can see it's about the same length of that. And also, what do I have here? I've got an Edwin Jagger short-handled razor. So it is a shorter handle. Look at that. It's about the same length as the Edwin Jagger. So it is a short-handled razor, even though this was probably the standard length when they made it back in the day. Nothing there that time. So, hey, we're good. Might have been a little bit of the soap remnant from my shower. I'm not sure. I really have no idea what that was. The nice thing is that the razor has a nice, mild, yet efficient quality to it. So when I did hit that little bit of a rough patch, it didn't nick me. That's the thing. It didn't nick me. It didn't cut me. I think that speaks really to how wonderful this razor is. The head is just the right size for where you can get into these tight areas. Isn't it amazing? 100 years later, I'm able to use this. It's absolutely amazing. Second pass done. Let's rinse. Wow. Wow. That is, you know what? I could say I'm done. Wow. I can't believe, wow, that's nice. You know what? I'm going to do a quick third pass. Right now, I'm good to go to the office. If I had to get out the door, I'm good to go, but I'm going to do a third pass. I'm going to do a quick third pass. Just to, might be a little bit here and there, but it's not, it's so inconsequential. Wow, did they make some razors 100 years ago? That's wonderful. Wow. Okay, so we're going to do a third pass. Also, because I want to go against the grain and see how it works against the grain. I could go out the door after those two passes and go to the office and be great, be really, really clean shaven. But let's see how it works. Boy, this razor is wonderful. This is probably even better than the Gillette Super Speed, if you can believe it. The only downside is it's not a razor that I'm going to use every day. Because of its age and for fear that down the road I might split the handle. Tightening and untightening, the fact that it belonged to my father. Possibly one of my grandfathers. What a great shave. Wow, wow. Third pass done, let's rinse. All right, we're going to do a warm water rinse, a warm water rinse, and a cold water rinse from the tap. And again, I'm checking here. No, that wasn't a lost hair from the brush at all. That was not a lost hair. I don't see a lost hair. I didn't see it. Usually you'll see it floating if it's a lost hair. It's not a lost hair. I don't know what that was. It was just a little rough patch there from something. I don't know. Could have been from I don't know. Maybe it could have been from anything. I don't know. Maybe the soap, the shower. I don't know. I have no idea. Could just be a little bit of dry skin because of the weather. I'm not sure. But anyhow, we're going to rinse now. And I got just a little bit right there. That's very inconsequential. That'll close up with cold water. That's no problem. So we're going to do a warm water rinse. All right, now we're going to do cold water rinse, close the pores. And again, that's a little bit, it's not really even a nick. I don't even know what you would call that. It's not a nick, it's not a cut. It's going to close right up. Wow, nice cold water. Got a fresh towel right here, ready to dry me off. Wow, nice. I'm looking at where that razor just tripped up a little bit, and there's no irritation there. There's nothing there. I still don't know what that was, what kind of a snag that was that made that razor jump a little bit. But as I say, it's not a problem. It's as if it never happened. Very nice. Very nice. Here we go. Gonna use some Pinaud Clubman. Get some feedback on how this shave went. Very nice. Not much stinging at all. Tells me that I had a nice, mild shave. A little bit of an after sting just there right now, but that's nothing that's going to cause any irritation, anything like that. It's just nice feedback from it that says that I got a nice, close shave. Very mild in quality. And boy, was that an efficient shave. We're going to finish up with some Avon Wild Country aftershave balm. This, again, this really complements the scent of the Pinaud. They're very similar in scent. A little more for upstairs. And just a little more touch on my neck. Be on the safe side. Over here. Great shave. Wow. A 100-year-old razor that performs amazingly well. This is, it's a keeper, obviously. It's been around for 100 years. But boy, if you can find one of these, grab it. This is a wonderful, wonderful razor. The Gillette Old Type. It's an open comb razor. It gives you a nice, mild, yet very, very efficient shave. Again, I didn't need that third pass at all. Got just a little bit right there. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a nick. But boy, it's just a close shave. Probably the third pass wasn't necessary at all. 2 passes and I'm good for the office. But boy, that third pass really was a big, big payoff. An amazing, amazing razor. Really amazed by this. Wow, it's very, 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 very good. I mean, I'm just so impressed with it. So if you're going through a yard sale, an estate sale, an antique store, you can find one at a reasonable price. Or if you find one for a couple of bucks because they don't know what it is and they're getting rid of it, grab it, especially if the handle is intact and it's not split or cracked. The handle has a little hairline crack in it. Get it anyhow and use it because you'll get an absolutely wonderful shave with this razor. Again, this is not a razor I'm going to use every day because I'm going to be very, very careful about not splitting this handle. It's in really, really good shape. So I'm going to make sure that it stays in good shape for another 100 years. I'm going to pull it out every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year and have a shave with it. maybe a little more, maybe I don't know, once or twice a year, 3 times a year, something like that. But anyhow, Gillette Old Type razor. It's 100 years old. These things are amazing. They'll give you a great shave, close, efficient, wonderful shave. Use it with a good tallow-based soap is my recommendation. You can use it with a vegan-based soap if you want to, but boy, the tallow-based soap is great. Synthetic brushes are really amazing and wonderful. I'm told that they've improved in the last 10 years to where they're wonderful. They're super soft. They generate a whole lot of lather. They really do complement your shave. So that's it. So I want to say to you, thanks very much for tuning in. Please subscribe. I got to have 1,000 subscribers by February 20th of 2018. YouTube has changed their agreement with all their YouTube creators. I now need 1,000 subscribers by February 20th, or things change on my channel, and that could be detrimental. So please subscribe, please share, and ask others to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. All right, that's it. Thanks very much. Thanks for tuning in. Comment below. Let me know. Please subscribe. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog, for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this, and I'll see you again real soon.